agree.
That
All I did is perfume.
Jackson. Good evening, call 6:41, call capital improvements and city development to order at 6:41. Just very quickly, I am filling in for Richard, and two things on the docket this evening. First is from the docket of November 7th, 2017, I entertain a motion to approve the request of the mayor to appropriate $26,657.25 from account 1000-359000 undesignated fund balance free cash general government to account 121-01000-587411 police firearms for funding to replace current police rifles that were purchased in 2010.
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Reynolds. So I'm going to read what's here that in Rick's discussion, and briefly point out some points in the chief's communication if there's any additional questions. There's recent mechanical failures with the police rifles have exposed some complex issues. One, we cannot be in a position where a patrolman points a rifle to shoot and it fails. That's goes without saying, right? Mm-hmm. Repairs to the rifles must be with certified prevailing wage law enforcement gunsmiths. Certified law enforcement gunsmiths are expensive and do not resemble hunting gunsmiths. Patrolman rifles experience severe conditions, constant sunlight, constant temperature variations, weather, routine practice rounds, shortening the barrel life. SWAT team automatic semi-automatic tactile rifles lose accuracy with every round fired. Police rifles have a 7-year life, 14.3% straight line depreciation annually. Rising cost of police rifles and ammunition has been outpacing inflation rate by at least 10 years. And repair expense approaching replacement cost and has no warranty for performance. Those were the comments that were within the minutes, and we all got the notice from the police chief. Does anybody have any additional questions or comments? Councilor Blair.
I just maybe to help a little bit, I had a lengthy discussion with the chief myself, and to get the guns repaired that we have, going through that process that Mark said, it's actually cheaper and more efficient to buy the new guns. They'll take the old guns back and give us a trade-in value. Should drop that, what, 26,000?
26, yeah.
Should drop it down to around 15, 16,000. It would cost us more than that to have these certified, these guns certified, repaired, refurbished, whatever, and you'd be sending them out 3 at a time. This way we get them all at once. The police have the ability to have these, and God forbid we have an incident, but we're not exempt from an incident. They happen in all over the country, small towns, large towns, and I think it's a prudent thing to do to protect our citizens and protect the police officers that are out there.
Great. Thank you. Any other comments? Councilor Dillis? Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Did I do that again to you? I'm sorry.
Tomato, tomato. I still like you.
All right.
First of all, Vice President Cooper, thank you for bringing this out. I think you made a couple important points there. The first, these aren't like hunting rifles. This is a different, because as Councilor Blair, I had a lengthy discussion, a couple discussions with the chief, just so I could get my understanding around this. The game's changed, and we saw that over the past weekend. And some of these weapons may not even be able to be cleaned or repaired. So, you know, we really need to make sure that we're arming our police officers with what they need to, first of all, be safe themselves, but also keep the public safe. So thank you for bringing this out.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilor Hedges?
Just that this does not affect the police chief whatsoever. He will not be receiving one of these. So I have no conflict.
Great. Thank you for disclosing that. Any other questions, comments, problems? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. The second motion here I'm going to hold at this time, and we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned 6:46. Thank you.
I did make sure I asked you.
We have
Still weird seeing you sitting over there.
Huh?
Still weird seeing you.
I know. It's weird for me. I go to
I'm like, where you
No, it's not canceled, changed and everything.
Oh, okay. What just happened?
We had a motion tonight, right?
Are you talking to me? Are you speaking to me?
No, it's talking Kate.
Frank,
Yes.
I gave you the motions for capital improvements in
So we can't
city
start the
development, but
regular
I
until 7
didn't mark that I held the second one, if you don't mind just marking that on there. Thank you.
What's going on?
I
Something's
think she canceled.
No, he just said she has to. Hey, Jules, if you're ready, we're ready. Thank you.
Hey, let's leave.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. Just finish
She might need a couple days.
it. Tomorrow at least.
Jesus.
What's the story on the,
You call me when you're ready. How's that?
Sounds marvelous. Thinking of this.
I'm hungry.
I just ate those 3 pieces of chocolate.
You might have worse.
Filet.
Like
Like a big cold.
Just started getting damp even because my hair went in. Those are the best. Those are the
Yeah, but
best.
don't you ask
Yeah,
her.
excellent.
It was
It's more open.
She came and visited us a few times.
I'm like dragged. Right, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's like a little bit of lavender sachet in my pillow.
Candidate, not one. Oh, that one, you know what, I don't think I did either.
We did.
And there was only Leo came to hold signs.
cheeseburger this afternoon with like, you know, filet at the black.
That's all the motions I have.
Great.
That's it?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, so, except, I do want to say that I'm going to call for a committee meeting at the next available time, because we're going to have to, what we'll do is we need to vote out the registered marijuana dispensary. So I think everybody's got a copy of the entire special permit. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if you get an opportunity, thank you, yes. So if you get an opportunity, please take a look at that, read that. In particular, look at the special conditions that were put in there. If you get a chance to read it, please give me feedback before the next meeting, because what we're going to do is we're going to vote it out in council and then bring it right to, vote it out in committee and then bring it right to council the same night. So I'd like to try to
Oh,
get
that's
those,
2 weeks.
any of those questions that you might have. Okay, that's all I see on my docket, so. Gary, excuse me. I think he was waiting for one. Were you waiting for another one, Gary? No. That's it. Okay, good. Then I took care of Gary's business, and so I'm going to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. And what's the time?
6:52.
All in favor?
6:52.
All in
All
favor?
in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the motion is in favor, and that's it. I'm adjourning the meeting. We're done.
Great.
Thank you.
Now we gotta wait till 7. Get a 6-minute break.
More clock watching.
I know, it's always the reason today. No. Wasn't it funny though to be able to, like when you're standing there for so long and all of a sudden someone says, it's only 10 o'clock, and you think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
This morning was like that. Because they're worth about 10 grand.
Same way, just the 3 names as it is with the 11. We get the new right, get that.
A lot of regular training exercises.
You'd have to send them out and get them redone. It cost us almost as much as we might pay for the new one.
I mean, buy the new ones, keep the old ones for routine stuff.
We would lose, just if I get my head on straight.
You know, it was just a thought.
No, I know it.
10,000 is not much.
26,000 we gotta pay for new delivered, one lump
We
sum.
need to do that, period.
Yeah, one lump sum, right? If we keep them, it's gonna cost us 26,000 for the new one. And if we recondition the ones we have, it's gonna cost us about 12 grand. So out of pocket's gonna cost us 38. If we trade them in, we're gonna get probably anywhere from 10 to 14,000 bucks for them.
Total bill's 15,000.
So the total bill's gonna drop to 50. If we keep them, the total bill's gonna be 38. That's the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, but then we're gonna wear out the new ones doing training.
How do you train with a gun that won't fire? Well, you got problems.
They're not bad, just people are gonna dress the wrong well.
Should have been.
I've never seen action rifles with total.
Well, they're not all bought at the same time either. Some of them is as new as 10 years old.
But you're thinking about it, that's all I was asking.
No, that's a good question. I never threw anything away. George, what's going on? This isn't.
Well, when it was at Linda's
Essentially what we're talking about.
Gotta be, right?
No, thank you.
I've seen military wear rifles
Thank you.
used in saving life. You're not gonna go out against the bad guy and risk everything. Everything. Shooting on the range.
That's the main deal is, you know, it's not the 10 grand or so that you say.
Range weapon of any military base. We're talking essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Shot out. We're talking about the big launchers.
There's a lot of
They
people,
don't wanna mention,
a
but
lot of people don't realize that these guns have been used. You know, they say we never had it. Oh, I can imagine, because they go through troops.
That includes the grenade launching. We need to launch tear gas grenades.
Yeah. But that's the reason behind it, $12 and cents.
No, you're not.
All right, so this is really like having
Now you get my,
Thank you very
I
much.
hope.
All right, so we had our public hearing on the 24th for 93.
Oh, my friend from Rhode Island showed up.
Four people all day.
No minimum.
But did you, oh, you're in 1-6, yeah.
I didn't ask him. All I said is show up. I don't schedule people. I don't book.
And if I have a lot of people, I do everything on, put 100 songs on like 5 days. No, I never do. And if I lose a lot, I just don't get myself into that kind of, I just don't want to be the crazy. I mean, maybe I would do more if I was doing it. Whole city.
Are you at large?
If I was at yes, remember the first time I ran?
So you saw a big difference.
Oh, there's a big difference. I mean, look, I can buy my horse. I know, but it's a city, but once I did it, nothing seems.
Thank you very much. I'm
But
gonna
I did 12 pounds.
Here's an issue with it.
That's all right. That was a hard, yeah, for that, I was close. Yeah, I was really there. That was crazy. I was trying to be raw. It wasn't progressive. They got somebody who run against me in the primary. I had all my own money. Didn't even get Democrat money, and I only lost by 153 votes. Well, it's because of what was going on.
Because we talked, because I felt bad because I was friends with Ross and you.
Yes. No, you didn't, no, and I understood that, that's different. He said you were the party, no, but I understood.
But I was tired.
You know, she wouldn't, because I would. This came from, I said, I don't like done that. No, none of that is. Yeah, if you were. Your husband? Yeah, or even if we did. Yeah, and look at that, they were laughing out there. It was like, that's so kidding me. He got that made me.
All right. 7, come on. What? We have an hour.
Okay. Like here I am having just polite conversation,
Sorry.
forgetting about the day.
Sorry, I'm not forgetting.
Can we start?
Yes, we can. Frank's gonna come in right now.
Here we
Yep,
go.
here we go. Hey, we're on.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey,
Gavel us
counselors,
down.
let's go. Take your seats.
Get the hell out of here.
Sarah, like, you wishful thinking, you haven't even taken your coat off. You're like, I'm not even staying long enough to take my coat off.
It is so
Call the municipal council meeting for Tuesday, November 7th, 2017 to order. I'd ask that you please stand and join us to our flag. And then following the flag salute, if you remain standing for a moment of silence. As you notice, the flag is at half-mast because of yet another massacre within the city, but for the victims of and their families of the Sutherland Springs, Texas church shooting over the weekend. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Just a reminder to for those in attendance, as well as council members, to please turn off your phone. As it does interfere, or put it on silence, as it does interfere with our broadcast to other portions of the city. Let's see, we have some records to approve. I'm going to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of August 17th, 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Any concerns or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes. I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of October 17th, 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Any concerns or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of October 24th, 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Any concerns or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. And finally, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of October 26th, 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Any concerns or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion passes. Thank you very much. As today's election day, by law, there are no public hearings that can be scheduled, so there are no public hearings this evening. We're going to go on to a reading of the mayor's communication. Mr. Withers.
Thank you. November
welcome.
7th, 2017, dear municipal councilors, respectfully submit a letter requesting the transfer of fiscal 2018 local cultural council funds from the Massachusetts Cultural Council to the Attleboro Cultural Council in the amount of approximately $18,300. Please note that there is no matching requirement. In accordance with Chapter 1, Section 12 of the revised ordinances of the City of Attleboro, I hereby request your honorable body to approve expending such funds and any other grant amendments. Copies in your packet.
City Property and Claims Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Veterans Agent Ken Batcheter regarding the donation of a 2017 Subaru Legacy valued at approximately $18,000 from the Attleboro Elks Lodge 1014. As you know, the Attleboro Elks led the effort which culminated in the donation of the veterans van 10 years ago. The additional van will minimize the wear and tear on the 7-passenger wheelchair-accessible van. In accordance with Section 1-12 of the revised ordinances of the City of Attleboro, I hereby request your honorable body to accept these generous donations to the City of Attleboro. Copies in your packets.
City Property and Claims Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Acting Superintendent of Park and Forestry, Dennis Walsh, requesting funds for the repair and restoration to 8 columns on the Newell Shelter in Cape Park. Therefore, I hereby request your honorable body transfer $9,465 from account Citywide Reserve Fund for transfer to account Park and Forestry Maintenance of Buildings. Upon approval, the available balance in reserve fund for transfer will be $133,122.30. Copies in your packets.
Budget and Appropriations Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Library Director Joan Pilkington Smith requesting to replenish funds on previously expended repair work and repainting the entryway due to the installation of an upgraded fire alarm panel. This unanticipated work has been completed. However, it was not a budgeted item in fiscal year 2018. Therefore, I hereby request your honorable body transfer $1,800 from account Citywide Reserve Fund for transfer to account Library Maintenance of Buildings. Upon approval, the available balance in Reserve Fund for transfer will be $131,322.30. Copies in your packets.
Budget and Appropriations Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Health Department Outreach Worker / Case Manager Jim Fleischman and Public Health Nurse Jacqueline Joyle O'Brien regarding the donation of $250 in Stop and Shop food gift cards from an anonymous donor. These cards will be offered by the Health Department's Public Health Nurse and Outreach Worker to individuals and families in need. In accordance with Section 1-12 of the revised ordinances of the City of Attleboro, I hereby request your honorable body to accept these generous gifts to the City of Attleboro. Copies in your packets.
City Property and Claims Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Superintendent of Schools David Sawyer regarding the donation of 50 yoga mats with an estimated value of $500 from Empower Fitness in Uxbridge to the Studley Elementary School for student use. In accordance with Section 1-12 of the revised ordinances of the City of Attleboro, I hereby request your honorable body to accept this generous donation to the City of Attleboro. Copies in your packets.
City Property and Claims Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Acting Water Superintendent Paul Kennedy regarding the need for funds to continue with the Water Department's ongoing water meter replacement program for fiscal year 2018. These funds will be used to purchase approximately 1,100 water meters, 100 straight meter connections, 2,230 washers, and 1 premium laptop computer. Once the meters have been installed, it will be determined how many meters were used at homes that are connected to sewer, and the Wastewater Enterprise Fund will reimburse the Water Enterprise Fund for 50% of the cost of those meters and miscellaneous items. Therefore, I hereby request your honorable body appropriate $272,949.20 from account Water Enterprise Fund retained earnings to account Water Enterprise Fund water meters. Copies in your packets.
Public Works Committee, please.
I respectfully submit for confirmation by your honorable body the appointment of Mahesh Patel, 20 Shamrock Circle, Attleboro, to the Board of Library Trustees. Term to expire February 2018. Copies in your packet.
Personnel and Human Services Committee, please.
I respectfully submit a communication from Acting Superintendent of Water Paul Kennedy regarding the need for funds to purchase and install 3 VFDs, variable frequency drive, for 3 high-lift pumps at the water treatment plant. These parts are original equipment to when the facility was constructed in 1995 and must be replaced as soon as possible, as 2 additional ones have failed within the past year. The Division of Capital Asset Management and Maintenance, or DCAMM, granted the city an emergency waiver to purchase 3 high-lift variable frequency drives without having to go through the sealed bid process. Therefore, I hereby request your honorable body to appropriate $141,000 from account Water Enterprise Fund retained earnings to account Water Enterprise Fund HLVFD. In accordance with Article 2, Section 2-9B of the City Charter of the City of Attleboro, I respectfully request your honorable body to consider this as an emergency measure.
Public Works Committee, please. We'll be taking that up later this evening.
And sincerely, Kevin J. Dumas, Mayor.
Thank you. Any other communications, please?
We have a whole bunch of them, yes.
I'm ready.
You ready, Heather? All right. So other communications from the meeting of November 7th, 2017. Department of Public Utilities notice of filing for Massachusetts Electric Company and Nantucket Electric Company.
Copy to all members, please.
Joint rezoning petition from John P. and Marcia J. Brady and Vela Inc. to rezone property located at 829 Newport Avenue, said premises being assessors Plat 19, lots numbers 246 through 252, 254, and 255, being approximately 22,233 square feet, and property located at 839 Newport Avenue, said premises being assessors Plat number 19, lots number 253, 254A, 255A, 285, 286, 287, 288, 289, and 290, being approximately 28,889 square feet from single residence A district to general business district.
Zoning and Land Use Committee, please. I'm also going to refer that to the Planning Board for setting a recommendation, and Chairman Hall, this matter also requires a joint public hearing with the Planning Board. Would you like to call for that on December 19th, 2017?
Yes, that's good.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's in order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. That hearing will be on December the 19th. Thank you.
We received a petition from National Grid, 280 Melrose Street, Providence,
Excuse me,
Rhode
there's one
Island.
before that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
A communication from Lance A. Hill, Superintendent of Public Works, relative to the discontinuance of a portion of Frank Mossberg Drive requesting that the applicant supply a site plan to the DPW showing the appropriate driveways, curbs, and other contemplated appurtenances.
Public Works Committee, please.
Petition from National Grid, 280 Melrose Street, Providence, Rhode Island, to install 2 poles with anchors and guys. Pole number 1-64 point plus or minus from pole number 1883, pole number 2, 109 feet plus or minus from pole number 1882, and be numbered 1881 to service lots 4 and 5 on Brochu Avenue.
Public Works Committee, please. And Councilor Jackson, that matter requires a public hearing. Would you like to call for a public hearing on November 21st?
I would love to have a public hearing November 21st.
That'd be great. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion's in order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. That hearing will be on the 1st of November. Thank you.
Thank you.
We received a 2018 renewal application from Sunstar Vending, Inc., 600 Providence Highway, Dedham, Mass. for Papagino's, Inc., 103 Pleasant Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 1 Keymaster.
License Committee, please.
We also received 2018 Class 1 auto licenses, renewal Class 1 auto licenses from National Van Builders, Inc., 70 to 84 Pine Street and 7 Parker Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 8 customer parking spaces and 45 display spaces. And also from Priority Automotive, LLC, doing business as Cerrone Chevrolet Buick GMC Truck, 103 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 84 customer parking spaces and 288 display spaces.
License Committee, please.
We also have a new Class 2 auto license from GMV Inc., doing business as JD Byrider, 957 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 12 customer parking spaces and 58 display spaces. And this is going to call for a public hearing on November 21st, 2017.
Okay, thank you. License Committee, please. And Councilor Parika, would you like to call for a public hearing on November the 21st?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. The motion's in order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. That hearing will be on the 21st of November. Thank you.
And we have a 2018 renewal Class 2 auto license from JMV Inc., doing business as JD Byrider, 957 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 12 customer parking spaces and 58 display spaces.
License Committee, please. And again, that is the same location that we're going to be having the other public hearing on. They're moving their location. So, later this year, or before the year's out. So, okay, thank you.
And we have numerous 2018 renewal Class 2 auto licenses, and they're from Seekonk Gas and Repair, Inc., doing business as 123 Mobile, 300 County Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 4 customer parking spaces and 9 display spaces. Blue and White Motors, Inc., 1815 County Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 4 customer parking spaces and 15 display spaces. CNA Millennium Motors, Inc., 1844 County Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 10 customer parking spaces and 8 display spaces. Cartown USA, Inc., 280 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 9 customer parking spaces and 20 display spaces. Classic Auto Sales, LLC, 1100 Oak Hill Ave, Attleboro, Mass. for 5 customer parking spaces and 23 display spaces. Marcus J. Vitale, doing business as Greco's Auto, 83 Dickens Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 10 customer parking spaces and 31 display spaces. Greenlight Auto Sales, Inc., 650 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 10 customer parking spaces and 49 display spaces. J Motor Group, Inc., 1856 County Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 4 customer parking spaces and 20 display spaces. Jeff Millette Auto Center, Inc., doing business as JMAC, 30 Man Street, Attleboro, for 4 customer parking spaces and 23 display spaces. Attleboro Collision Center, Inc., doing business as KAR Auto Sales, 50 Falmouth Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 7 customer parking spaces and 9 display spaces. Landis Enterprises, LLC, doing business as Landis Family Auto Sales, 859 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 9 customer parking spaces and 27 display spaces. Lime Rock Motors, LLC, 722 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 3 customer parking spaces and 10 display spaces. Looney Tune Auto Sales, 828 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 11 customer parking spaces and 34 display spaces. Michael A. Ziarco, doing business as Mike's Automotive, 801 South Main Street, Attleboro, Mass. for 10 customer parking spaces and 15 display spaces. David Montenegro, doing business as Old School Auto Sales, 187 Cumberland Avenue, Attleboro, Mass. for 4 customer parking spaces and 16 display spaces. Mario Faria, doing business as Pinecrest Motors, 2117 County Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 4 customer parking spaces and 15 display spaces. Raymar Auto Sales, Inc., 923 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 33 display spaces and 7 customer parking spaces. Route 123 Village Auto Sales, 1076 Pleasant Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 15 customer parking spaces and 15 display spaces. Ryan's Auto Sales, Inc., 537 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 3 customer parking spaces and 15 display spaces. State Line Auto Brokers, Inc., 115 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 6 customer parking spaces and 42 display spaces.
License Committee, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And finally, a 2018 renewal Class 3 auto license for Marcus J. Vitale, doing business as Greco's Auto, 83 Dickens Street, Attleboro, Mass., for 10 customer parking spaces and 31 display spaces.
License Committee, please.
And that is all.
Okay, thank you. All right, that concludes the communications. I would entertain a motion to go into the Committee of the Whole.
Second?
Thank you. The motion's in order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're now in the Committee of the Whole. If there's anyone who has an issue to bring forward to the attention, city issue to bring to the attention of the council, now would be the appropriate time. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to arise.
Second.
Thank you. The motion's in order. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We're going to go on to committee reports. We'll begin with Councilor Delicio.
Thank you, President Cook. Reporting for
You're welcome.
ordinances, elections, legislative matters. There is no business tonight, but I'd like to call for a meeting next week at the appropriate time, please.
Thank you. Councilor Hall.
Reporting for zoning and land use. I have nothing to report. Right? Are we?
No. You have
motions?
two items.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make it good, Chris. Okay, so from the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to accept the attached Advanced Auto Parts 50 County Street permanent and temporary easements deed for the purpose of constructing the Blue Way Riverwalk Connector project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No, this is something we've talked about for quite some time, the river connector project. So.
Okay. Thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Hegney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
Okay. I have another motion. From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to accept the attached revised Cumberland Farms 80 County Street permanent and temporary easement deed that was accepted by the council on September 5th, 2017 for the purpose of constructing the Blue Way Riverwalk Connector project. This vote will correct the Scrivener's error cited $525, which should be $3,000 in the deed.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No,
Are there any other concerns? Excuse me?
just a correction.
Okay, thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hegney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
And that is all the business for the Zoning and Land Use Committee. I would like to ask for a committee meeting at the next appropriate time.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
losing them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor, let's see, I'm going to take you out of order. I'm going to Councilor Cooper
I can cancel.
for the capital,
Oh, no, that's fine. No, that's right. You have
You have
capital
something.
improvements. You're right. Go ahead.
So, Council, I'm going to recognize Vice President Cooper to handle the capital improvements in the absence of the chair.
Great, thank you,
You're welcome.
Council President. From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to appropriate $26,657.25 from account 1000-359000 undesignated fund balance free cash general government to account 121010000-587411 police firearms for funding to replace current police rifles that were purchased in 2010.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
We spoke about this just about an hour ago, and we voted it out of committee, and it is time that we get these, the funds to get these replaced. That concludes my comments.
Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, beginning with Councilor Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hull.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Hegney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
Thank you. That completes the business for capital improvements and city development committee, and would call for a committee meeting next week at the appropriate time.
Okay. Thank you. Councilor Parika.
Thank you, President Cook. I have no business for traffic and transportation for this evening, and call for a committee meeting at the next appropriate time. I would like to remind the people at home and my fellow councilors, we do have a traffic study commission meeting at 6 o'clock on Monday. If anyone is interested in attending, you're more than welcome.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, I should have recognized you before I recognized you for that committee, but now do you
Sure.
recognize you for the licenses?
For the license as well, I have a couple of motions for this evening from the docket of November 7th, 2017. I move to approve the 2018 renewal automatic amusement device license from American Legion South Attleboro Post 312 Incorporated, 437 Newport Avenue, Attleboro, Mass, for 1 pool table and 1 jukebox.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments?
No, sir.
Okay. Does anybody else have any concerns or comments? Hearing none, this matter requires a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the 2008 renewal Class 1 auto license from Just Trailers Incorporated, 1863 County Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 12 customer parking spaces and 7 display spaces.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any concerns or comments?
No, Mr. President.
Thank you. Are there any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, this matter also requires a voice vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And from the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the 2018 renewal Class 2 auto licenses from the following: Auto Mazed Inc., 885 Washington Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 7 customer parking spaces and 34 display spaces. County Auto Sales and Service Incorporated, 42 County Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 10 customer parking spaces and 28 display spaces. LaPierre Auto Repair LLC, 97 Emery Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 30 customer parking spaces and 12 display spaces. North Main Street Auto Division of K&L Tire and Automotive Corporation Incorporated, Company Incorporated, 44 North Main Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 17 customer parking spaces and 1 display space. And Tri-Town Auto Sales, 1850 County Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 4 customer parking spaces and 6 display spaces.
Second.
Thank you. The motion's in order. Are there any comments?
Who's second?
Please.
I didn't get
Mr. Cooper.
Cooper. Okay, thank you.
No, sir, we discussed this during committee last week. Between stopping in and driving by, everything seems to be going quite nicely with their permits.
Great.
They should be fine.
Thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
And finally, I move from the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the 2018 renewal Class 3 auto license from Tri-Town Auto Sales, 1850 County Street, Attleboro, Mass, for 4 customer parking spaces and 6 display spaces.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments?
No, sir.
Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
That concludes the business for the License Committee for this evening, and request a committee meeting at the next appropriate time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice President Cooper.
Thank you. Reporting for Personnel and Human Services from the docket of November 7th, 2017. I move to approve the request of the mayor to transfer $60 from account 142-01000-519130 Public Works licenses to account 142-01000-578-020 Public Works previous year's bills relative to reimbursing an employee of the Public Works for his hoisting license renewal as required per contract for fiscal year 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No, we spoke about this last week in committee.
Okay.
Well, the week before, actually.
Right. Thank you. Last week we were trick-or-treating.
Yes.
Are there any other concerns or comments on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Blair. This vote, because it is a previous year, requires a 2/3 vote of the full council being 11. So it does require 8 votes for passage. Okay.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hagney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes,
9 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion passes.
Thank you. That concludes the Business, Personnel, and Human Services. Would call for a committee meeting next week at the appropriate time.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Hagney.
Thank you. Reporting for Budget and Appropriations Committee from the docket of November 7th, 2017. I move to approve the request to the mayor to appropriate $767,595 from account undesignated fund balance free cash general government to account citywide stabilization fund relative to the Peter Thatcher Elementary School project account numbers read in committee.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
We talked about it in committee.
Okay, any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, beginning with Councilor Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Hagney.
Yes.
And Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes,
9 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion passes.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to appropriate $418,626.79 from account undesignated fund balance free cash general government accounts read in committee to account continuing appropriation school department fiscal year 2017 net school spending.
Second.
Thank you. The motion's in order. Are there any comments, please?
We did talk about it in committee also.
Okay, any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hagney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mr. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes,
9 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion passes.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to appropriate $282,000 from account undesignated fund balance free cash general government accounts read in committee to account citywide stabilization fund.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
As we said in committee, it's money going back to the stabilization fund.
Thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Excuse me, Mr. Woods, what did you have for the second on that?
I had wrote down Mr. Delicio. I
Okay,
think it was
thank
Mr. Delicio, so
Okay,
that's what I heard.
okay, thank you. If there are no other concerns or comments, we will proceed with a roll call vote, beginning with Councilor Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Hagney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes,
9 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion passes.
That is all the business for Budget and Appropriations Committee and calls for committee meeting at the next appropriate time.
Thank you.
You
Councilor Reynolds.
Thank you, President Cook.
You're welcome.
Reporting for city property and claims from the docket of November 7th, 2017. Excuse me for 1 minute. I won't be reading the numbers out because I did read them already.
Right, that's fine.
I move to approve the request of the mayor to transfer $9,950 from citywide reserve fund for transfer to citywide professional services in order to replenish the funds for the unanticipated cost of cleaning the ductwork at City Hall.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It has to be done.
Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hagney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes,
9 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion passes.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to transfer $825 from citywide reserve fund for transfer to clerk preserving regarding the needs for funds to purchase 3 recording binders and the appropriate corresponding record sheets.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No, again, I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. Any other concerns or comments? All right, hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Council Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Mrs. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Hegney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Mrs. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to appropriate $3,317.96 from undesignated fund balance / free cash general government to citywide copiers to purchase a new copy machine to be located on the second floor of City Hall.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
I just want to address Councilor Parika's question to me about, didn't we normally purchase these on some kind of a group kind of purchase? And no, we never did that. We always purchased them individually, as I had thought, but we put them on a maintenance, a group maintenance program. So there's only one copier that comes from a different separate firm, and that is in the planning department. Otherwise, all of them are bought out front, and then they're, they're on a certain maintenance through group maintenance.
Thank you very much.
And that is all I have to comment.
Thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Mrs. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hegney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to declare the following ARA office item as surplus and available for disposition. It is one wooden desk approximately 3 feet deep by 5 feet 5 inches wide, and it's in good condition.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
It wasn't.
What?
I was just asking on the second.
It was Councilor Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any comments?
No.
Okay. Does anybody else have any concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Delicio.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Hegney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
Okay, my final motion from the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to declare the following Veterans Service Department item as surplus and available for disposition. It is a bulletin board wall unit, 6 feet wide by 7 feet tall and 1 foot deep, and that is in good condition.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
No.
Does anybody have any concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Hegney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
And that is all the business I have this evening. I'd like to call a committee meeting that's the next appropriate.
Good. Thank you. Councilor Jackson.
Thank you, President Cook.
You're welcome.
From the docket of November 21st, 2017, reporting for Public Works Committee, I move to adopt the following emergency preamble, that the Attleboro Municipal Council vote to take action as provided in the City Charter, Section 2-9B, regarding the emergency which presently exists relative to the request from the mayor to appropriate $141,000 from account 6100-359000 Water Enterprise Fund retained earnings to account 6100-584074 Water Enterprise Fund HL VFD to purchase and install 3 new VFDs, variable frequency drives, for 3 high-lift pumps at the water treatment plant. Due to time constraints involved in the nature of this emergency, makes it necessary to take action without waiting the prescribed time as provided in the city charter, and the vote requires a 2/3 vote.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
As you all have heard, this just came down in the mayor's communication this evening, and I'm going to read, I apologize, from the communication that we have received from the mayor with the backup material. These parts are original from when the building was first built in 1995, and these high-lift pumps These high-lift pumps are critical pieces of equipment that are used to ensure an adequate water supply to the city's water distribution system. A VFD for the 4th pump was previously approved and purchased, which will be installed this week. but it's taking a very long time for them to get this. So we had approved this. The bid was, they went out for bid in April. They just received it recently. In the meantime, they've had another pump go down. So Paul Kennedy is trying to prevent this from happening again, because since they're all the same age, he just wants to make sure that we have all new ones in place, because without a doubt, I'm sure the other two will fail at the same time. So he's put in this request, and it does not have to go out to bid, and this does include installation, and it is also in the capital improvements.
Okay.
That is all I have.
Thank you. Are there any other concerns or comments on this matter? Okay, good. Hearing none, this vote is on the emergency measure. It requires a 2/3 vote of the current size of the council, which is 10, which is different from the other one, or 7 votes, just to an emergency. Anybody comment about that? So it will be a roll call vote, and the vote will begin with Councilor Delicio. This is just on the emergency to declare it an emergency.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Agney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes. Now we're on to the motion itself.
Thank you. For the docket of November 21st, 2017, I move to approve as an emergency measure the request from the mayor to appropriate $141,000 from account 6100-359000 Water Enterprise Fund retained earnings to account 6100-584074 Water Enterprise Fund HLVFD to purchase and install 3 new VFDs variable frequency drives for 3 high-lift pumps at the water treatment plant.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any additional comments?
No, none others.
Does anybody else have any thoughts or comments or concerns? Hearing none, we will have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Blair.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Agney.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
From the docket of November 7th, 2017, I move to approve the request of the mayor to transfer $453.24 from Public Works Supplies Equipment to Public Works previous year's bills in order to pay an invoice to Pascal Service Corp. in the amount of $400 and an invoice to Auto Plus in the amount of $53.24 from fiscal year 2017.
Second.
Thank you. The motion is in order. Are there any comments, please?
Thank you. We had discussed this last week in committee, and it's, obviously, it just states it's to pay previous year's bills.
Okay, thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote beginning with Councilor Delicio. As a reminder, as a previous year bill, this requires a 2/3 vote of the full council, i.e. of 11 members or 8 votes.
Mr. Delicio.
Yes.
Ms. Hall.
Yes.
Mrs. Parika.
Yes.
Vice President Cooper.
Yes.
Ms. Agney.
Yes.
Ms. Reynolds.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Mr. Blair.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes.
9 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion passes.
Thank you. I have no further business this evening for the Public Works Committee, but I do just have a comment. I just wanted to remind the public that Veterans Day is this Saturday, November the 11th. The ceremony at Lee's Pond, which is also known as the Veterans Pavilion, where it will be hosted. But just remind residents that if you happen to see a veteran sometime this week, you know, whether you notice that they're a veteran because they're wearing a hat or they have their pin or probably wearing their uniform, just remember to say thank you. So that's all the business I have this evening. Thank you. And I do call for a committee meeting at the appropriate time next week.
Thank you. And Councilor Blair.
There's no business this evening for Public Safety Emergency Management, and we request a committee meeting next week at the appropriate time.
Okay, thank you. Just a reminder, next week is committee meetings, but we're also having, just for the public's notice, also we are having the public hearing on the tax classification next week, and that will be at 7 o'clock. We'll do that first, and then we will be doing committees, meetings that will then follow that. And I know that Councilor Hall has called for a committee meeting at 6 o'clock. That'll be dealing with the BCWC Inc. Special permit application. And Councilor Jackson has also called for a committee meeting before the start of the meeting for a matter that needs to be voted out relative to a pole relocation.
Yes.
Providing there's no warranted opposition. I don't at the public hearing. So, anyways, so we'll start and have regular, we'll start the special meeting, and then we'll be doing some breaking for the committees. And if we have to, if we don't get through all of the committee meetings, I may take a recess in the special meeting in order for us to have to vote on, finish any committee that needs to be voted on that night. Okay? So that is it for this evening, so thank you all for coming, and I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, the motion's in order, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed, we're adjourned at 7:41.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you very much. Good luck to all of you.
Sarah,
Mr.
go
Withers,
get
are you
warm.
in here?
Talk to you soon.
All right. What's your tires?
Well, that happens this time of year. All right.
Well, I have to teach on Veterans Day.
Oh,
I have to teach Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
wow. Is that like a special?
Yeah, you know what, I'm a specialized teacher. Yes, teach math and Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Not everybody can do my job.
I know
Somebody mentioned
people
something,
need to be.
and somebody said everything's great. They don't have
Well,
enough
I said that
to
when
teach
you,
math and Rhode Island.
when you weren't here at the night of the other one, I made mention of that you were working.
The thing
And
is,
therefore,
I'm Mass and Rhode Island certified.
It's like the class that
Did I grab yours?
there is no sub. If I'm not there, there's a. Oh,
So I am highly specialized.
all right, everybody all set?